azawuthusa ndimchazela umntu ofuna ukuba makamazi ngethuba elifutshane. Kodwa ukuba betinokuyishwankathela into kaDr Thusi ibingengumntu oyijonga apha kufutshane into ebeyijonga phambili, kodwa akulungiselele nawe wena mntu akakubonayo into yokuba awukayiboni ngale ndlela uyibona ngayo. Akutatazi, akukokosa uba niye kule ndawo nobubele lonke ixesha, ukunqwenelela umntu into entle ngalo lonke ixesha. Hayi xa kuyipatient yakhe ke yona. Ndikhumbula ngenye imini on-call naye, ndithi mfondisi nengxaki apha, u-second on-call mna ndiku-first on-call. Wafika ebaleka ngeenyawo esibhedlele engabanga nathuba lakuthi makabe nxiba ikawusi uba uvile ukuba kukho ingxaki ekawusi into wayibekile ecaleni. Umntu wayewuthatha serious, gqitha umsebenzi wakhe kwaye engonqeni ukukuxelela xa wenza into engalunganga, ingakumbi uba uyenza patient. Laa mzekelo bendithetha ngawo uba ubukhona, ndithi yathi ipatient seyisiwe emthatha, wathiwa iyabuyiswa, wathatha ifowuni kwangoku kulo mntu wathi lo mntu lo khawunike lo gqirha, wathi ukuba uyixilungile lo patient ngeke uyibuyise. Wayeqinisekile ngento ayenzileyo yena, zange ibume nawo lo patient yaoperate. Thusi ke lo. Yes.
Enye yezinto asothuse ngayo uDr Thusi, one man, a black person, wavula a private hospital ebicomplya ngazo zonke imeko. Talk to us about that.
Uyayi-aplya la le nto. Umane sitsho kum ndifuna ilayisensi, akululanga abayikhuphi ilayisensi. Ngemini yokugqibela ethetha nam ngale layisensi, uthi ndoda sendikhuphe 150,000 ndilimselela le nto. Ndithi mfondini 150,000 kodwa awukayifumani le nto.
Awusakhumbula unyaka?
Hayi, andisawukhumbula unyaka. Uthi kum ndawulingquba ngelitye, ndawulingquba ngebunzi elilitye lawuze liphume ubisi. Nalo ubisi siphumile esibhedlele. Ndawulingquba ngebunzi elilitye lawude liphume ubisi.
Silahlekelwe tata.
Akukulahlekela le nto. Le kodwa ndimi ngento enye, ithini nale nto abantu bayibuzayo? Bekumele uba singogqirha sinendlela esiyamkela ngayo imeko efana le, siyalambatha. Le nto ndithe masicele kulumko.
Akekho omnye umuntu ongamreplace uDr.
Hayi, no, not now. Hayi ngoku. Hayi ngoku.
Ukhulile uDr. Thusi in business, njengoba sisitsho, intoni ongayi-advisa engafundwa ngabanye oogqirha kuDr. Thusi abasaphilileyo namhlanje?
Ukuthembakala, ukuhlala kule nto wayifundiswayo, uthembakale kuyo, uyenze ngale ndlela umele uba mayenziwe ngayo ngalo lonke ixesha.
Tata masibulale.
Inkosi.
Okay. Pastor, talk to me. I know you worked with Dr. Thusi. Maybe you can also tell us, when did you meet Dr. Thusi? And how did you meet him?
I think I met Dr. Thusi 2009 here in Fugosport. We're all coming to church, and then one day I approached him And I said, Dr. Thusi, I just want to come to your hospital and assist you in prayer. You know, we normally do it in the government places. So since we're all here and we're fellowshipping, then the moment I finished talking, he held my hand and he said, let me call my wife. So he called the wife. We are still here in the church. And the time that the wife arrived, he asked me to repeat what I said. Then after I repeat, they look at each other. They said, what is happening? They said, we also have thoughts of telling you, like telling me to come and assist them, but they were scared of approaching me. They don't know whether I will say yes or no. So what I'm saying is exactly what they are also thinking about. So that is how it started since 2009. So what was in my heart was exactly what they are also thinking.
What exactly did you want to assist them about?
I was assisting them by going to the patients, talking to the patient, because most of the time by experience I know a lot of people when they are admitted they need spiritual upliftment and psychological boosting and even prayer. You know, it is proven almost 65% of people who go to hospital are not physically sick. So involving the spiritual aspect, because I was a professional counselor, so kind of counseling and praying since I was a pastor, definitely something you need to do with spirituality. So that is where everything started. But whilst I was planning to go to them and assist them, they were also planning to come to me and ask me. So it was not a big deal. It just went smooth.
Now, when you talk about Dr. Thusi, what kind of a man is Dr. Thusi?
If I'm gonna look for words, I would just say Dr. Thusi is somebody who is so humble, very, very humble. Dr. Thusi called me his spiritual father. Can you imagine? When we talk of age, he's far older than me, but he humbled himself as a child in front of me. So when it comes to his humility, you can't take it away from him. Now that is number one. Number two, I know him to love God so much. He just loved the things of God. You know, he loved to sing, he loved to praise God. If it is about God, Dr. Thusi will left everything. You know, so it's one person who loved God and one person who is so humble. You know, he started fellowshipping with me in Coxted, and to prove the heart for God, sometimes we can have programs like 30 days prayer. Dr. Thusi will work from morning to evening and close and go to Coxted Church and come back without fail on 30 days. So if the person don't love God, you won't do that. It is a person who just balance life, work and God. It's so balanced. I'm yet to meet a person who is working and still serving God. You know, there's no loophole. He's not saying I'm working so I don't have time for God, and he's not saying because of God I'm not working. He's just a balanced man.
When you were thinking of approaching Dr. Thusi, and when you heard that Dr. Thusi is owning a private hospital here in town, did that not amaze you? A black person owning a private hospital?
I don't know. It did not really amaze me because I know he can.
Okay.
You know, what anybody can do, I'm that type. No matter what a person is doing, I believe man can do. So that point was not something that was like black man. I just see anybody at all who can just decide.
Who can do whatever.
Yes. So my approach was not a black man owning. My approach first was because we fellowship together here, and since we fellowship together, we are brothers, and I have something I believe the hospital will need.
How was he when it comes to his patients?
Dr. Thusi can sleep in ward and not go home because of the patient. Several times we have a discussion. He would be telling me sometimes even have a sleepless night if you have a difficult patient, thinking what can I do. And to me, I think if a doctor closed from work, you should just go home. But his version was different. Even after he left the patient, he's still thinking, what can I do? What can I do? Sometimes he'll tell me he'll get the breakthrough on the bed, 2 ABC, 1 a.m. he'll come. Dr. Thusi can be at work 6, 7 a.m., work the whole day, go home, take a food, come 9 p.m. because he have a difficult patient. He's just passionate to his work. If you allow Dr. Thusi to work, he work 24 hours. I think he was called to be a doctor.
Do you remember, is there anything you remember? The last day you saw him. Do you remember anything that he said or did?
I think the last days I saw him was the last week, because we are always in the same place. So on Monday, but before then, he has asked me if we can go to Oribi. There's a place we are going to Shepson, Oribi Forest.
Yes, forest. Yes.
It's kind of a prayer camp. Yes. So he asked me, Pastor, can you? He just cracked the head. He said, can you go with me to Oribi? I need to boost my spirituality for at least 5 days. I'm finding it difficult to ask, but can you please assist me to do in November? That was late October. And I said, no problem, we can go. Then on that Monday, the week that he passed, that Monday, we had the first prayer as we do every morning. Then around 11, I went to his rooms and we prayed again. Then he asked me, can we continue praying? And I said, no, there are patients here. Even if you decided to pray in the consulting room, you are going to make noise. And you know, in our hospital, everyone, anytime it's 1 p.m., we go for prayer. And that particular Monday is for ladies who meet. It's for ladies. So I said, okay, when they leave, we can also go. So the two of us went to one of the ward, almost 45 minutes praying and worshiping God throughout. And the moment we finished, he looked at me and he said, Pastor, even if we can cancel the Oribi, it's fine, because this is what I'm looking for, and I've got it, and I'm so excited and I thank God. So on Tuesday, he was going, they booked him off to just go and relax and come back. So the last week I saw him in a good spirit. Then he SMSed me on Thursday that he's coming because he was on call. And unfortunately, that is the last.
How do you feel?
I'm trying. Because people who used to know us used to see these two people. We go together. Sometimes, like Dr. Kupano was saying, people can be in a surgery and Dr. Thusi said, can you go to shop and buy meat? It's like fun. It balance work, fun and everything. And now he's no more. The Lord is there, but it's not easy.
Pastor, thank you very much.
Now Dr. Thusi was in 2008. It was 2nd of February, if I'm not mistaken. Ndayaphayana ngokuva ukuthi kunesibhedlela esitsha. Ndathi manje ndiyofaka i-CV yami. Original apho ndizalwa khona ndizalwa eBode. Athi ndanditshatile Mama Fletcher eXhoxazana. Then ndahamba ngenyani ke ndiyoyifaka i-CV. Ndafikela kumama Thusi. Uyazi ke xa ufuna umsebenzi ukuthi kuba nama-interviews. But mine was so special ngoba azange ndenze i-interview. The interview engase ndithi kwakuyi-interview ukuthi umama wandicela ukuthi ndimkhaphe endlini yakhe. Then endibuza nje some questions like your background, where you're coming from, why you are here, njalo lezo zinto. Kwaba kuqala kwami ukwazi uDr. Thusi. Dr. Thusi was not a boss to me. Dr. Thusi bengutata. a friend, a brother, I don't know ndingambeka njani. Ndisebenzile naye iminyaka yonke from 2008 until 2014 October, sabane break October to until April 2015 ndaphinde ndabuyela again. Kuba khona ke emsebenzini ezinye izinto ayithi xa sowuhlela uqonda yo ingathi ungcono ngale, you know, not knowing ukuthi uyalahleka xa usiya ngale. But khona apho ndaye ndacinga sendihambile ukuthi hayi akukho bomi apha mandibuyele ekhaya. And I don't want to lie, kwakusuka kuphuma kwami uDr. Thusi wayenisendela ama-messages daily endibuza ukuthi yintoni kanye kanye, you know. But kubone xa uzixelela ukuthi ayihamba wethu mna, you know, ndingayisiboni isizathu. But there was a day apho wathi khona, mntanam, I wish you all the best, because mna bendikubona njengomntana wam, not an employee. And andiqalanga ke ukusebenza phaya as a case manager, njengoba ndiyi-case manager manje. Qale as a domestic worker, you know, and a small money. But you know what, uyayazi i-domestic worker ukuthi irhola malini, you know. But I was so happy. I was in peace the way awayendiphathe ngakhona as umntanakhe. So you will not even feel ukuthi in your pocket how much you have, you know. The only thing we concentrate kuyo is love, you know, ukuthi lo muntu is caring. Then within a month ndisebenza pha as a domestic worker, waye sathina like wanditshintsha apho ndandikhona from home to hospital ndiyosebenza eLondre. Ndasebenza eLondre azange ndiyiqinye, wanditshintsha wandifaka e-reception. Ndakayigqiba inyanga e-reception, go and do i-billing. I think nami i-passion endandinayo nendlela endandimbona eyiyo, I was also trying ukuthi sihlangabezane naye, because ungumuntu oyithanda into enhle, ungumuntu osebenza nzima, ungumuntu onothando. Then from i-billing ndahamba ndayokwenza ama-authorization kengoku esibhedlela. So from ama-authorizations esibhedlele ndalandela ama-claims. From ama-claims nalapho uyabona nje ndinyuka naye, and he was a kind of a person ukuthi akakufuna ukukushiya ngasemva. Always yonke into akayenzayo uyafuna ukubonisa ukuthi mntanam akuphelelanga lapha. Ikudlula kunomunye ubomi ngalena, ayibobomi obu abuphelelanga lapho ubomi. So enayo naye lanto ukuthi fundisa abanye le oyifundileyo from your colleague lo ofike seke khona, fundisa omnye ofikayo. Then it's up to the person ke ngokuthi ithatha nale mfundiso yakho or not, you know. So from i-claims zasesibhedlele ndabe sendingena ke ngoku i-case management apho ke ngoku ndikhona. Yonke le ndlela ndihamba naye. Xa kwi-case management office, it's not an easy office. Kulapho funeka udile nabantu aba-outside ongabazi, abazoza ne-English enkulu, umedically, sometimes ongam-understand. But you know what, ndiye ndachukumiseka la patient xa isithi ubehlala esitebhisini akumamele. Bendiye ndithatha ama-files ndiye kuye ndithi, tata ndicela siyenze le file. Uzakwenzisa ngenhliziyo yakhe emhlophe. He may be tired, but I'll keep on saying, tata ngicela unganilibali, please, before ugoduke ngicela unganilibali. Uzoza ukuthi yasingiqhathele ke kodwa nje okay, let's do it. But ubona ukuthi xa seniqalile ukukhathala kwakhe kuphelile, ngoba he was always willing to help, willing to teach abantu, you know. So yona ndlela endisebenze naye ngayo utata. Even on Wednesday yakhe yokuthi Friday kule veki lena ukuthi the Saturday sizophinda. Wednesday utata, I'm still having the records. Ndithetha naye efowunini, uyandifonela nje. He was on the way to lenda wayisiya kuyo for i-rest yakhe, andifowunele athi, mntanam, wena un-understanda ngendlela especial, uyandazi xa ndikhathele, uyandazi bandisemdleni uyayazi into endiyithandayo ngendlela ondiculela ngayo ndivele ndizive ingathi nje noba ngathiwa uNkulunkulu uyafika ngokubiza igama lami ngathi ndingahamba. That's the way besikhonektana ngakhona mna naye. And then sithethe into eninzi and he was like uthi nokuthi ndingangabikho but niqhubeke because nina niyandazi ukuthi ndithanda ntoni ndisuka phi nani yonke loo nto leyo, you know. And it was so touching to me ethetha ngayo yonke lento ukuthi ndinesuti ezintsha endifuna ukuzinxiba. Yabona xa ndibuya ndikuthanda xa unxiba ama-high heels ngoba ndiyenta ukubona ukuthi ubuyele ezingqondweni, you know, zonke ezo zinto wayengumntu onjalo. And once akubona ukuthi udown uyakwazi ukuthi uza kuphakamisa kanjani. Ndisebenze kanjalo no-Dr. Thusi. There is a lot endingayitsho ngo-Dr. Thusi okuninzi ndiselekela ngabazali belandelelana. Dr. Thusi was there for me. I even remember ukuthi endibuza ngenye imini ukuthi usweleke umamam eswelekela khona apha esibhedlela with pain sent wandibuza ukuthi mntanami nizowuthini ngoku. Ndathi as much as that sisilungisile kodwa into yomngcwabo ngoba iplano ezinye izinto zizoqhawuka phana pha. Athi please ungonqeni ukunithinta ukuze mna ndifike ndizokuncedisa apho ndingakwazi ukuncedisa khona. Azangakwazi ukuyo-attenda zonke i-funerals zasekhaya but yena physically but wayekhona ama-messages, ama-calls and everything, you know. And futhi akekho umuntu ongathetha into engekho ngo-Dr. Thusi kwisitafu sakhe athi mna zange khandincedise nganto. I don't want to lie. Abanye abantu sasisebenza nabo abangasekhoyo khona phayana banabantwana abasebenzayo baphuma kwama-university and he was using his own money encedisa phayana phaya. That's the way he was. So andazi bangathetha nithini.
Bakhathazeke kangakanani abasebenzi
sikhathazekile and sikhathazekile kakhulu and andazi bale nxabe lizawuphola nini
but nizimisele ukuthatha umsebenzi wakhe.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Isibhedlela nesinebhedi ezingaphi?
61 beds. Yes, but as the operator, you're right now is 35. Yes, as operator.
So
as operators, yes, because of your renovations and stuff. But you are not just 61 beds. Okay, the specialist is angaphandle. Yes. But izinto ezininzi ubezenzela ngokwakhe because ube gifted nanto engayisenditsho. Some of the things abazakhalaza athi these people they are just getting money, you know, abawenzi umsebenzi uyayibona. Yes, exactly. So ube ngumuntu onjalo unala passion yokuthi ngifuna ukubona kulungile, you know. Yes.
Now it's fine, sisiyabulela.